Alright, someone's gonna tell me why, when you do leg day, it takes the soul out of you. Yo, what's up, guys? It's your man, Sipe Nala, and today I'm sitting down. You know why? Because your man invested, he put some money. He put some money into whatever he's doing, and he got a tripod, and your man's happened to get a mic. It looks weird because it's a bit heavy. I need to stop messing with it. But yeah, today, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be reviewing a show, or a lookbook rather, by a local brand called Refuse, and their latest autumn winter 2021 line called Gomorrah. So yeah, I think I did say it's Refuse. Let's get it.
Yo, greatest shit that ever hit the street.
Alright guys, so I will be referring to my tablet and my notes throughout, so don't, I don't know, critique me on that. And I will be sipping on some lemon water in case I talk too much and my voice decides to do some funny things. So let's get it. Let's look into Gomorrah. So Refuse, Autumn Winter 2021. This is kind of like their description of their whole show. So I'm going to read it to you. I'll also leave a link to their website so you can review the show on your own and look at the different looks, how they put it together, how they styled it, and everything. So this is what they say about Gomorrah. The city, the city of Gomorrah is a notorious city from a well-known biblical passage that tells a story about two God-forsaken cities, Sodom, and Gomorrah. The city was destroyed by God with fire and brimstone due to its sinful and wicked ways. It is often used as a metaphor to describe wrongdoings in the present day. Point Road, near the Durban CBD, was a popular urban area and entertainment hub in Durban. As the years progressed, criminals, prostitutes, and gangster culture filled the streets. The remains of the culture that once existed are dilapidated buildings that, during the area's decline, became hard to sell as people fled the area. These buildings were then taken over by vagrants. Much like Gomorrah, Point Road, an area that was once revered for its beauty and culture, was destroyed by its transgressions. The inspiration for this season's collection was drawn from the metaphor likening Point Road. Alright, so as you guys heard, that's what's going on. That's what's happening. That's what they're trying to do. And right now, I want to share my kind of look on what happened and how they kind of translated it from the description to the clothing, and what I can see is evidently there. So now that you have an understanding of what they were trying to do, your man's also did some research on Gomorrah and Sodom and basically what went down and why there was destruction. So having looked at that and understanding the basis of it, I made some notes. Let's look at these notes. So my first note was, you can see the transition of a place of beauty to destruction through the clothes, from the materials such as silk and suede to patchwork, dark colors, and the repetition of Gomorrah in caps displayed on the crop puffer jacket. So I'll probably have images from the lookbook on one of my sides. But basically, I feel like there's a part 1 and a part 2 of the lookbook of the garments that there are. And really, the part 1 for me is the beautiful side, the decadent side. With the materials used, the silhouettes that they have, it kind of pushes the mindset of nice life, nice living, nice problems. It's very light, it's airy, it's not very dense like part 2 with dark colors and part 2 is more utilitarian and more pockets, and part 1 is just, loungewear. We good, we Gucci, we drinking wine, whatever it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's chill. And yeah, that's what I really got from it. Like, once I understood what happened with Sodom and Gomorrah, and then I could see the reflection of it throughout the clothes. And yeah, it comes out in part 1 and part 2 for me. Then talking about the Gomorrah, just in caps on the puffer jacket, the crop puffer jacket, for me it's just like danger. You know what I'm saying? Just like all over, just danger. It's bright, it's in your face, because it's in caps, like Chaval boy, Ingos boy, Wash boy. And when there's distraction, yo, I can't get that word right today. When there's distraction, you just like, yo, watch out. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what they're trying to do, just like putting it all over the puffer jacket in caps, in bold, that too. It's just like, look at this, watch this, it's in your face. So yeah, my second note says, there's a move from something of style, decadence, and beauty to more protection and utility. So when I say this, you can see it. Like, as I described part 1 and part 2, it's just part 1, I feel like you have more loungewear, things that are very luxe, you know what I'm saying? Using silks, but also the silhouettes are very fitting. And you're not too worried about what I'm doing with these clothes. You just know that they look good on you and they feel good. Whereas part 2, you have more utility in the clothes you wear. You have convertible pants, you know what I'm saying? Which means if it's hot, you can take the bottom half off and leave the top half on. In a biker jacket, it's mixed with leather, and there's a belt here by the waist. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's more types of utility in what you get when you wear the clothes. They're much more denser. It's a rougher fabric. It's sturdier. So this also goes from what they described in Gomorrah of a place of beauty to a place that's being distracted because of its sinful ways. Something that I saw, it's in the lookbook. Don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna leave links to their website where you can see their lookbook and other items they have in the description below. But in the first few looks from the lookbook, you have the patchwork pieces, right? And for me, this was inspired by the vagrants, the vagrants, however you want to say it, because in my mind it's just it's patchwork. There's a patchwork pants and jacket, and when I think of vagrants, I think, piecing things together. It's very dirty, it's very, like, they don't have clothes that exactly fit them. That's why I think the pieces were oversized as well, and I think this just fits perfectly in my mind. I don't know if that's what they were trying to do, but with the vagrants of Point Road or Gomorrah, and just how maybe they would dress, and that's why we have the patchwork pieces right there. Yo, I forgot to mention, I wanted to talk about the rugby shirt, and I just thought it was a I just thought it was a clever play on rugby shirts in general, just because it's such an integral part of South Africa. We're pretty good at rugby, and just all the way from primary, TV, then pre-primary and high school and university, rugby is something that's always there and it's just part of South Africa. And I really think that they played with the rugby shirt nicely. It's something I haven't seen done by a lot of brands, you know what I'm saying? Like, playing with a rugby shirt in such a way that makes anyone want to wear an old school rugby shirt. So that was one thing I also wanted to talk about, and this is one of my favorite, one of my favorite pieces in the collection. Now, just to touch on really the colors, I feel like the colors also signify what I've been saying, what I've been talking about, and that's just the transition from beauty to destruction to downfall to sin, because we go from very light and airy and angelic colors to more dark and heavy colors, whether it be heavy in appearance or heavy in weight. I think it does both. And that's, the transition. That's what I saw throughout the colors, through the materials, through the silhouettes. I feel like are pretty much the same throughout, but those two things, the colors and the materials, you see the transition. And just the ideas in general of the different pieces and garments they have. So yeah, finished that off pretty smooth with the little sip, say. So another note I made was really just based upon the materials used and how this also signifies a transition. So you see a transition from silks to more heavy duty wear, such as your corduroys and your leathers. Now, one thing that's a constant throughout is the use of good quality materials, and I think this is another point. I don't know if they did this on purpose, but for me it just really kind of hones in on the fact that you can't really lose, or you shouldn't lose, your essence, you know what I'm saying? So whether going from Gomorrah, going from a place of beauty to destruction and sin and bad ways, forbidden ways, they still had the essence of who they were. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they were still like partying and they were lavish people, then they still lavish people throughout, and that was their downfall in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because even with for example, that leather jacket they have, for me, with that also goes with the leather pants. For me, that was like the midpoint of it. If there was a midpoint between part 1 and part 2, that was it. Because the lines are so clean, it's not rugged, but it's heavy, it's more dense compared to part 1. And I think for me, that leather two-piece did that for me. It's like the separating part of what's going on. So yeah, that's just like a touch on the materials that they used. Now, within all these garments, their whole autumn winter 2021 collection, one common reoccurrence there is a cropped abdomen and elongated and wide arms and legs. Now, for me, I think they did this to be more palatable to the new generation, you know what I'm saying? Because the whole idea, I don't think a lot of people are into fashion in that sense, where they're going to break it down and see why they did this and that. But now you're giving silhouettes that they might see from a runway and be like, oh, that's dope, I saw it here and here, and now they're doing it. It just makes more palatable, and more people are going to buy it because of this. And I think that was a very smart move. We also see a lot of big pockets. I think this goes more to the likes of the utilitarian thing I was talking about, but there's a lot of huge pockets on a lot of different items. Alright guys, we have come to an end. I was about to take my lemon water, but I decided to leave it. We've come to the end of our little chat about Refuse Autumn Winter 2021 collection. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, well, it's just like my opinion on it. I don't know if really what they were trying to do, but yeah, Refuse did a really great job. Side note, Refuse, if you have like a spare schoolboy shirt, yabo, the Refuse, the white one, leave your boy to the side. J. Right, thank you. Their links for their websites and their Insta handles and stuff will be in the description below. So will mine. Thank you for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the notification bell so you know when your mans comes with some new stuff. There, on point. Peace. Talking a lot. So yeah, oh, I wanted to say to Refuse, if you're watching, my birthday's pretty soon. It's in February. I'll tell you the date, don't worry. But You know that school t-shirt that you got made is the white one that just says refuse. Yeah, listen to me. Or if you got like a sample piece, medium, just for your boy, such things won't be told to other people. But yeah, won't you slide it through that? I'm playing, but I'm not playing at the same time because I understand, you know, you're a business. You gotta do what businesses do, and that's make money. So if you're sending free buds, won't you? It just so happens, couldn't sample in shade. It's not there for anyone. Bring this side.